There's really something to be said about the act of curation. And Drew and I were always talking about this, that it's a great way to make something compelling, and it can get lost a lot in music. What you're mentioning, the emotional attachment, being able to take people on a journey, unless it is absolutely essential to mention the key or something about a note or a motive, I ignore it. I talk about, I crack a joke so they're having a good time. And then it's tell them how it makes you feel. What are some techniques you go through when it comes to, one, like directly speaking with the audience, and then also how you speak to them through your curation?
So first and foremost, I read a lot about the subject. And when I'm looking for it, so it's a mixture. As the conductor, of course, I have to read many things. I always love to read people's PhDs, because anyone who spends 3 years on one piece is worth listening to. So, and the advantage of being online is you can read all those things. I also just love to read books. I enjoy reading other people's program notes at times, because that often distills a piece very well into its sort of core thing. But above all, just write and think and spend time with the music and a piece of paper, and trust your instincts on it as well. Because I usually, for you guys and myself, is already born out of decades of experience of playing music. And then when it comes to conversing, my technique is, I sort of shove masses of information in my head, and then I don't necessarily know exactly how I'm going to start it when I walk out. I allow myself to be flexible, to see and hear how the response is. I again like to try to crack a joke and try to relax people and just to respond. And I love it when funny things happen. People say things like a comedian with a heckler. That's the best stuff.
Oh, that's the best stuff, man.
I love that stuff. So that's great. And then I really have a passion to try to get them to listen proactively and personally. And it doesn't always work, of course, for every person. Some people come and they're too busy. Some people won't connect to a piece. But I just try to give them a key, or I try to provide the key for them to be able to listen in a way that connects to their life. So, for example, we're doing Tchaikovsky's Fifth Symphony this week. So I'll just mention that idea. This is unusual because the Fate theme we hear at the very beginning comes back in each movement. But even when he's in the waltz, like in the Berlioz Symphonie Fantastique, that spectre haunts him there. So the idea being is that, well, look, it's not necessarily about the external fate. It's the fact that no matter where we are, can we really escape our inner demons unless we deal with them? And then just mention small things like that. Then they listen to the music in this personal way, drawing attention to their own lives. And it's always significantly bigger and better than what I think it will be. And that's the thing, that's the humility of this, is that we may give them the key, but we're opening a door that we have no idea the scale of it. It's so much bigger, this epic conversation with the past that goes on through music. It's just an extraordinary privilege to hear it and to feel, you can write down on a piece of paper the moments in the performance when the goosebumps are going to sweep through the audience. Isn't that extraordinary? You can just tell there's those bits. There's that coda of the first movement of Beethoven 5 when it just kicks in. When it drops to the flat and the sixth, everyone's going to go. They're going to start Rocky Balboa. You're going to want to get up and start fighting. I mean, it's just so kinetic and powerful upon us. So it's just providing keys to unlock it for them to have a personal and proactive experience.